What's up everyone? If you haven't been following Project Plus super closely, you might not know that the most stacked major of the year, Blacklisted 7, is just a week away. With over 100 entrants, including 8 of the top 10 players on PM Rank's 21-22 mid-season contenders list, there's a lot to be excited about. In today's video, I'm going to highlight 5 players at varying skill levels who I think are particularly interesting going into this event. First, let's talk about LPag. Old school even by old school standards, LPag may not be super active these days, but his DDD has been causing upsets in brackets for years despite his inactivity. Over the last year, he proved himself time and again as a gatekeeper for anyone below the top level, with a 4th place finish at the first ever National Arcadian and wins over Jags Money, Blitz, Not Chris, Star, and more. After significantly outplacing his seed at both the Arcadian and Super TPS 2, everyone should be watching out for LPag to make yet another monster run at Blacklisted. Next, I want to put some spotlight on Polear, Colorado's not-so-hidden boss. Colorado used to have some big names in PM back in the early 3.6 days, with players like Messi, Mist, and Arcana taking top-level wins left and right. But Polear's mark is beginning to pick up where they left off. Not only has he been absolutely dominant in region, winning his last 15 consecutive locals, he's also had some great results at majors this year. At Exodus 2022, he fell just short of top 8 by a single game after 2 Game 5 losses to Dark and Pinnacle. But with wins over Oak and Samantha, he began to get on some people's radar as someone who could make upsets at a future major. Sure enough, at Undertow 2022, he made it out of pools in winners after upsetting Mr. Watch and Learn and Star, placing 17th at one of the biggest events of the year. With what little we've seen of him so far, Polear seems very close to a true breakout performance that could easily put Colorado's first top player on PM rank. Whether you've heard of him as East Coast Saber, the Ivy player, or his actual name, Cory is perhaps the biggest breakout star of 2022. Despite years of competitive stagnation since the retirement of Hidor, Kirby is once again a tournament threat thanks to Cory. He started to turn heads after winning Connecticut Regional Halloween last year over Greeley, Silver, Astastic, and Twisting, but he proved himself the real deal at Blacklisted 6. There, he shocked everyone by taking down Switch and Pools and bringing the tournament's eventual champion, Techboy, to a nail-biting Game 5. He ended up placing 17th at Blacklisted, but after being one of only 2 people that weekend to even take Techboy to Game 5, it became clear that Capital Region Zero really was a new top player. He solidified his place on the PM Rank 21-22 contenders list with an upset over DVD at the PM Theater, but has since been pretty inactive, so Blacklisted 7 could set the stage for Cory's big return. Speaking of big returns, let's talk about Violet. Once one of the best players in the world and a national champion, Violet took a long break from competing starting in 2018, only making her official return this year. Since then, she's performed reasonably well at smaller events, winning a Houston Monthly over Fearless and placing 5th at Shipwreck 2 with wins over Greeley and Flashing Fighter. But her long hiatus and recent switch to bots make her a complete wildcard coming into Blacklisted. In addition, since her retirement, Mewtwo has become both rarer and less respected in today's meta, and it's hard to know whether players in 2022 are ready to deal with a top Mewtwo main of Violet's caliber. There's really no way to predict how she'll perform at Blacklisted, but it will be exciting to once again see Violet's signature Mewtwo on the big stage. The last thing I want to touch on in this video is the race for number 1 on PM Rank 2022, which will likely be determined at Blacklisted 7. The story of 2021 was the budding rivalry between the Doctor and Techboy, who traded national titles at Undertow, Blacklisted 6, and Jailbreak. 2022 has been a bit quieter, with fewer appearances for both players, but so far this year Techboy has won the PM Theater and Honeypot 4 both from winners, and placed 4th at Undertow 2022. While the Doctor's sole appearance was a 2nd place finish at Exodus 2022 after 2 losses to Boring Men. Going into this weekend, the Doctor is probably the only person who could upset Techboy's trajectory to number 1 on PM Rank 2022, but he needs to overcome a 0-3 set record against him to make it happen. Because these two are by far the clearest contenders for that number 1 spot, even if techboy were to lose Blacklisted 7, he could still claim the gold for this year if it isn't the Doctor who's the one to take him down. No matter how things shake out, Blacklisted 7 is going to be a great event to watch, and I hope you'll be tuning in next week. The event will be streamed over on the Game Underground Score YouTube channel, so make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in another year when I feel like making a video.